The unthinkable is all set to happen next week. The Taliban's foreign minister will visit India. His name is Amir Khan Muttaqi. He took charge as the Taliban's top diplomat in 2021, and 4 years later, he is coming to New Delhi. How exactly was this trip arranged? Is India recognizing the Taliban regime? And what does it mean for the neighborhood? Well, the trip isn't sudden. It's been building up for a while. We have seen multiple rounds of engagements since the Taliban came to power. In June of 2022, India reopened its Kabul embassy, not for diplomatic purpose, but as a technical office. The main idea was to disperse aid. And in November of 2023, the Taliban took control of the Afghan embassy in New Delhi. In March of 2024, an Indian diplomat met with Muttaqi in Kabul. In January of 2025, the Indian Foreign Secretary met with Muttaqi in Dubai. And finally, in May of 2025, Muttaqi spoke to India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar. This timeline makes one thing clear. A visit like this was always on the cards. The only roadblock was travel restrictions. Like most Taliban leaders, Muttaqi is under UNSC sanctions, meaning that he needs a waiver to travel abroad. On the 30th of September, the UNSC granted that waiver, which is why Muttaqi is now able to visit. He will be the first Taliban official to be hosted by India. Now, if he meets with Minister Jaishankar, it will be a very significant move, which raises the second question. Is India recognizing the Taliban regime? As things stand, no. Indian officials say the visit will focus on aid and assistance. Listen in to the Foreign Ministry.
We have been having conversation with the interim government in Afghanistan. You would have seen the telecon that had taken place some time back between External Affairs Minister and Foreign Minister Muttaqi. As also, we've had conversation between the Joint Secretary in charge and his counterparts in the Afghan side. Recently, when the earthquake happened, the same day we were able to transport relief material to Kunar province, and subsequently we sent more relief material via Chabahar. So, as I told you, that we will keep you updated with the developments that will happen in this regard, in regard to the visit.
This is India's new policy in a nutshell. It is rooted in the ground reality of South Asia, a pragmatic approach. For the Taliban, this is a huge deal. India is the largest democracy in the world. It's also a rising world power. So to be hosted by New Delhi is a symbolic victory for the Taliban. Plus, don't forget the financial help. The Taliban has struggled to stabilize the Afghan economy. China has promised a lot of help, but none of their investments have materialized. The West is a no-go zone because of sanctions. Pakistan themselves are broke. So the Taliban need India, both Indian aid and Indian investment. But what's in it for New Delhi? Mainly three things. One, India has a long-standing commitment to the Afghan people. Even their parliament was built by India. So despite what happened in 2021, New Delhi isn't abandoning the Afghan people. Secondly, there's a strategic angle. Pakistan used to be the Taliban's top ally. They armed, funded, and cultivated them. But since 2021, the relation has soured. Pakistan accuses Kabul of shielding terrorists. The two sides have also exchanged fire at the border. In that context, India could deploy the age-old adage, your enemy's enemy is your friend. If not a friend, at least not your enemy. Now, we saw that during Operation Sindoor. Pakistan accused India of launching strikes on Afghan soil, but the Taliban rejected their claims. So this is a chance for India to gain some ground in Afghanistan, basically to undermine the Pakistani influence. The same can also be said of China. Beijing wants to use Afghanistan to access Central Asia. So it's important for India to be at the table. And finally, number 3, India is betting on Afghanistan for transit. New Delhi has signed a deal to operate terminals at Iran's Chabahar port. The idea is to link Chabahar to Afghanistan and then to Central Asia. Basically, India can reach Central Asia without Pakistan. Expect all of these issues to be covered next week. At the same time, there is a big question mark as well. The Taliban 2.0 has been the same as Taliban 1.0. They have erased women from public life. They have targeted religious minorities. And even this week, they have imposed a complete internet shutdown. Why? To supposedly filter the internet. Should India be legitimizing such a regime? That's what many people are asking. Of course, the reverse argument is also popular. It says you can use engagement to nudge a Taliban to roll back their curbs. Basically, leverage your diplomatic heft. Let's see how next week's visit unfolds.